Now I want to take a minute and I want to pull back the curtains for you at this point. I want to share something that I have been doing behind the scenes since the first few moments that we all got together and started our conversation during this programme. You may have noticed that I like to tell a lot of stories. Well, the reasons why I do that. When I first started building out the roots of this programme, I worked with a lady called Catherine Leach. Now, Catherine is one of the foremost leading experts in adult education, and she explained to me about adult learners and the learning process that forever changed how we facilitate our courses and learning programmes. What Catherine explained was that as adults, we get bombarded with information through our five senses, our touch, our smell, our taste, our sight and our sound. She said that so much data comes into the human mind on a daily basis that if we became consciously aware, it would literally short circuit the human mind. She said that through our evolution as humans, that the human mind, we had to develop a filtering mechanism, if you will, to define what relevant data we needed to pay attention to and what irrelevant data we could literally discount and filter out. What Catherine explained was this. She said the filtering mechanism is based upon our dominant thoughts and belief. So any time that we experience something that's consistent or congregant with our dominant thoughts and beliefs, it will literally pass through the filter and it will register in our conscious and subconscious mind. Now, what she said is the opposite is also true, James. Any time that we experience something that is incongruent with our dominant thoughts and beliefs, it literally gets discounted and it gets filtered out. We don't even notice it. You know, we just discount it. Now, I'm going to prove this to you. Have you ever purchased a new car? You've jumped into the new car and you start driving it. Oh, I've got a lovely new car. And then suddenly, as you're driving along the road, you start to notice all of the other cars out there that are just exactly like the one you bought. Well, this is your filter mechanism in effect right there. Now, before you bought the car or you decided that this was a car that you wanted to buy, all those other cars, well, they were always there. You probably saw them every day as you drove along the road. However, those cars, they were completely irrelevant to you. They never aligned with your dominant thoughts and beliefs. Even though you saw them every day and they were just getting discounted and filtered out. But as soon as you decided that this was the car that you wanted or the car that you just bought, suddenly it became relevant. It became a dominant thought and belief. You were thinking about your car in your mind, and thus it passed through that filtering mechanism and you started to notice the car everywhere. Exactly. Here's what Catherine taught us. This is a crucial insight right here. She said, James, listen, as you're facilitating this conversation, what will happen is that most people who come along to your leadership programs, well, they're going to be very rooted in a management style of leadership that's been passed down from management to management. They will probably have spent their better part of their careers managing people and managing things. And what you're going to do, you're going to try to teach them that there's an entirely different level of communication, leadership communication. She said the challenge is this. The very nature of your message is incongruent, it's alien and totally conflicting with their current dominant thoughts and beliefs, and thus they will have no choice but to discount and filter out that message. She said, James, your programs, well, they are going to be a dismal failure. People just won't get it. She then said, the only chance that you've got is to facilitate your message in a way that bypasses that filtering mechanism. And there's only 3 proven ways that you can do this. And these, my friends, well, these are the 3 silver bullets of leadership. The first silver bullet of leadership is through thoughts. The use of questions, because questions force a person to think. Questions open your mind to possibilities. The second silver bullet of leadership is in the quotes and themes that you repeat with your people, because it's those quotes and those themes that cause your people to reflect. And the third silver bullet of leadership is in the stories that you tell, because your stories cause people to remember. They take a concept or an idea and they assign emotion to it, and thus people will remember it. Stories cause people to remember. Questions cause people to think. Quotes cause people to reflect. And stories, well, they cause people to remember. Those right there, those are your 3 silver bullets of leadership success. Now, I want you to think about something. I want you to think about how outside of this room, there are very few people who actually understand what you and I now understand. This specialised knowledge that we currently hold in our hand. So, from their perspective, what they see is that you ask them a lot of questions. And you've got all these quotes and themes that you repeat where you're chatting with them in the office, and you're always swapping stories with them and you're explaining things in a new way, but they don't understand that you're really influencing their dominant thoughts and beliefs this whole time. Now that is a secret, potent weapon of great leaders right there.